opening statement.
Yeah, good to get the college basketball season started and underway. Always good to start with a win. It was good to see the ball go in tonight for our guys, and hopefully that'll give us some boost as we get going into the schedule. I think that was the most points scored since '91. And then for Aaron McBride, that was a career high for him too. So I thought offensively, we've really spent the last 8 to 10 days really working on our offense and identifying roles and how we want to play. And I thought, we did a pretty good job of that tonight.
We'll open up your questions, Trey.
You talked about ball movement being important, but some kind of a structure within that. What did you see that you liked in terms of talking about those kind of things?
Yeah, I thought guys really played within themselves. We talked about that at shoot around today. You didn't see a lot of guys over dribbling. I thought guys were playing for each other. We had 26 assists on 52 made baskets. Again, you're not going to have 26 assists on 52 baskets every night, but that alone, that stat, lets me know we were trying to play the right way. And, again, when you do that, it's amazing how the ball goes in. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play that way. A lot more fun to play that way than at the stick.
Bill and I were talking about your passers were looking ahead, but not looking down. But like the bigs are running the floor and you're rewarding them. That'd feel good to see that, looking ahead of it.
Yeah, we're still a work in progress, but I thought in transition, we did pitch the ball ahead. We did look for open guys. I thought the guys that were running were looking for the ball too. That's a chemistry that we got to continue to build. But hopefully again, as we play higher level competition and the defense is getting a little tougher, we can have that same mindset.
And Coach, the numbers can be a little bit deceiving, but 76 bench points. But the second unit seemed to be really good tonight and provided a solid boost and no drop off from the starting unit. It seemed like.
Yeah, well, I hope as we grow our team, we can have great depth, and if you don't have much of a drop off, you have a chance to have a really good team if guys are playing well. If the starters aren't playing well and the bench is not playing well and there's not a drop off, that's not good either. But if everybody's playing at a high level, then you have a chance. And again, tonight allowed us to get deeper into our rotation. Right now that rotation is about 9 or 10, but we were able to play some guys some good minutes and to see what they had. So from that standpoint, that was good.
Great.
Hi, Coach. You mentioned Aaron's career high in your opener. He averaged 3.8 points per game last season, didn't even take any threes, and he was 2 for 4 tonight. What type of output do you expect from him on the offensive end this season? Yeah,
he scored more points this game than he did the whole season last year. But Aaron spent a lot of time this summer on his offense, and him and I met a couple days ago, and I've been on him about being more aggressive. He's got to be more aggressive. He's got to look to score more. And he's really worked on his shot. Like even tonight, I felt like he just jumped up and shot confidently. We need him to do that because we become a harder team to guard. So I hope tonight, if anything, gives him a little more confidence to be a threat offensively because we need him to do that.
Yeah, you guys shot 72.4% from the free throw line this year, but tonight you guys were 24 for 27. Was consistency at the line something you were particularly looking for this year in the portal and with your freshmen?
Well, you're always looking for guys that can make free throws. I liked our percentage tonight. Again, good teams tend to be good free throw shooting teams, and especially late in games. We're going to be in a lot of one possession games, and those free throws matter. So, we spent a lot of time working on it. Our guys have had to, they've been making 1,500 makes a week here for a long stretch. So I'm hoping again, those things, the work they're putting in, will give them confidence when the lights come on.
Great. Any final questions for Coach Snodgrass?
Yeah, Coach, just how do you prepare for Eastern Washington? What is the next whatever it is, 36 hours look like for you guys? How do
Yeah,
prepare?
it's a little weird because they have a lot of new guys, and obviously Coach Monson is a terrific coach, so I've already spent some time watching the times we've played his teams at Long Beach. We've watched a lot of what they did last year, although, I thought he had some really talented players. Had they all come back, that's going to be one of the most talented teams in the Midwest. But they did go out and add some great pieces. So from a personnel standpoint, we'll learn a lot more about them tonight after they're done playing UCLA. But schematically, there's some things he's done historically, but their personnel and maybe this team and how they're going to play, we'll have to lean heavily on the UCLA film.